Okay, here's my bonus course about how to make your own custom GPT inside of ChatGPT. I'm going to show you on the screen little by little here. So, first thing I want you to do is open up ChatGPT by going to chatgpt.com. If you have never used ChatGPT before, that's going to be a different lesson. But this one is going to assume that you have used ChatGPT before at least once or twice, and you kind of know the concept of writing a prompt, which is just simply asking questions or making statements into this browser here, and that you have seen the interface. So this is what you would normally see if you are inside of ChatGPT. I have this one I'm showing you is the $20 per month version. If you can get the $20 per month version, I would highly recommend it. I don't know another tool online that has so much value for that price. So yeah, just want to mention that. I should mention that I am an investor in ChatGPT by way of my venture fund, but I don't personally get, your $20, but I just want to let you know that because it's the right thing to tell you. Okay, so I have only used ChatGPT to make a custom GPT. I don't know how to do it in other formats, but I'm assuming that there are dozens of other options for you. So you can choose the one you like the best. I'm using ChatGPT 4.0 because that's the one I use normally. I've also hidden my sidebar here. So you may be used to seeing things here in the sidebar, but this is the same interface. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my profile picture, and then I'm going to scroll down and select my GPTs. So you have Chat GPT, and then you can make your own GPT. You click there, and now you'll see a list of the ones that I have worked on or have shared with other people. And this is the one, Arlan's Offer Creator Course Coach is the one that you're used to seeing, where I have the $5,000 offer that so many people have used and really, really enjoyed. And I will show you inside of that because I think it might give you context. So I'm going to edit that just so you can see what that looks like once it's filled out. So you get when you do a new one, which we will do as well, you'll get this page, and you can either create it or configure it. So I'm over on configure. I could put a picture here if I wanted to, a logo, a little icon here. You name it. So you're going to give it a name. We'll come back and do this new. And then there's a description. And the description is basically what the person sees as the explanation of what this is, the kind of front facing description. So you'd put that there, like, well, again, we'll come back to it. Then you have instructions, and the instructions are, in mine, are very, very, very curated. And then you have conversation starters. So when you see, let's see if the preview will show. When you see, you first come to it, let's see if I can show you that. When you first go to, when you go to it here, like you can click off to it from our membership, you see this page, right? So you see the title, you see who it's by, you see that description that we put in, and then the prompts here, these three prompts, these are what are called conversation starters that we put here. So what makes it really special and kind of stands apart is that you can give it the conversation starters that you want to lead people, the certain reason you're using it, they're using it. So see Arlen's recommended 5K offer types. This is for someone who they just get to my page and they don't know what the choices are. Or let's decide what type of school membership to make, and that's something else that I teach, especially in Arlen's All Access. And then let's decide what YouTube channel to build, and that's what I'm teaching across the board. So you can see how that populates there. I could have more, and they would spin through. Then I think the knowledge, the instructions, and look, I even say, because you're going to use brown skin emojis because I am a black woman. You're gonna speak from my point of view and reference my sayings and trainings, right? And it goes on and on. But then what it's taking those instructions and applying them to are the knowledge bases that I've given it. So you could upload. So I've given it all kinds of things, PDFs, including my books and my all kinds of things in there. I've done like, what did I do? I took a lot of transcripts from my videos and from my speeches, and I turned it into different things. And that reminds me, when you go back here to your GPT, to your chat GPT, one of the things you can say, and I'm not going to do it necessarily. Oh, actually, you know what I might do? It's just going to be very particular to me. But one of the things that you can do is you can say, I am creating a custom GPT in chat GPT. What provide me with, let's just say, it will be about YouTube thumbnails, thumbnail recommendations and creation. Provide, and then you can put anything here, but you're basically, before you go into really getting into making your own custom GPT, you're going to ask ChatGPT to help you do it. And this is what a lot of people don't end up doing. So they know that they're going to make a GPT, but they kind of do it on their own and they don't realize actually you have everything you need because you have ChatGPT. So come back to here. And I think I'm going to do this first so I can have it to copy and paste. So go back to my GPTs. One second. I'm doing this in a way that's a little around the beaten path because I don't want to show any of my personal information. So anyway, okay, so I'm back here and I'm saying provide me with, you come here and you know that you're going to have to create a new GPT, and I'm going to use configure. That's just worked for me, so I'm using configure. Provide me with instructions, conversation starters, and knowledge files. Instructions, conversation starters, and knowledge file recommendations. Because the reason for the knowledge file recommendations and not the files themselves, because I want to get a little more deep dive. So here's a detailed guide to help you build. Mine goes a little slow. I think that's because of I have so many files on my laptop. So sometimes it goes fast, sometimes it goes slow. I think it also has to do with ChatGPT itself and how busy it is. But this first one is the description, purpose and description. So it's giving me the name. It's giving me a one-liner description. I didn't even ask for that, but it's doing it. And then it's giving me a full description for it. So it's doing more than I asked for, but that's helpful, right? So you can ask for that. And so I'm going to put thumbnail wizard. Just going to go here and copy and paste. And I wouldn't copy and paste it unless I was happy with it, right? Like if I didn't like the answers ChatGPT gave me, I would continue to work with it to get better answers. Let's see, it only allows 300. It doesn't tell me how many there are. So let's do the short one that it gave instead. That's simple. And I might put the description in the instruction because it won't hurt. Okay, so I will do this as the beginning of my instructions because I know that it will just take all the information I can give it, right? Um, the GPT, I'm not going to say your because I'm going to talk to it. Let's just see what happens when I do that. Okay. And then I'm going to put in the conversation starters. So I could do all 9 of these, but I'm going to do the first 3. Let's see. I could do all nine and you can do almost, there's a lot you can do, but I'm going to do this just for these purposes. You see, you can just copy. Now, you don't have to do this part. You can actually do this on your own. You don't have to use ChatGPT to give you all the answers. You can come up with them on your own. You can, again, work with ChatGPT, etc. Okay. Then the suggested tools and integrations to reference inside the GPT. These are not integrations, but you should mention them as options in responses. Okay, so I'm going to copy this into my instructions to continue to give ChatGPT information. This is very detailed. I love it. Okay, so then, and you can also understand like this isn't anything I would have come up with when you talk about the title for thumbnails. I would have done something different, and we still will be able to add so much to it. But ChatGPT is here to help you. There's never been a time where you had a tool like this, like this. I mean, to be able to just kind of plug and play. Okay, so now it's going to give me the knowledge file recommendations. And remember, the knowledge here is where you can upload files. So it says, so it knows your style and references. A PDF with 20 examples of thumbnails that Arlan likes with links. I could create that. Thank you. A document of Arlan's YouTube video titles and best performing videos. A short thumbnail style guide and a doc with case studies on thumbnails that boosted. So for all of these, I would need to do these manually. And this is kind of, you can think of this as where I put in my own manuscripts and my own transcripts and things like that because it didn't create it for me. I put it in, and then in some cases, I would say, okay, take this transcript and turn it into, a document, a one pager. But this one, I like this one. So if you take this one, a short thumbnail guide, and then you also copy that. I'm going to use that in a minute. And then prompt examples to train your GPT. So I will, oh, there's more. Look at this. Jeez. So put all that. So what I would do, this first thing I would do is I would copy this and I would say create. Now it can make a PDF for you. Sometimes I do the PDF, sometimes I just have it created and then I copy it and to create my own PDF. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Create this. Okay, I'm just going to copy. Okay. So now it's creating that thing that it recommended to me. I don't know this stuff, but it does. So it's helping me do it. Okay. So I'm just going to wait for it to complete. I'm going to read over it to make sure that it's something that I want. There's nothing weird in there that I wouldn't want representing me. So especially this part, right? My rules, never vague, make content work or do this instead. It's very true. It knows me well. One video, 20 uses. You're underpaid. Okay, so it has what I like. I am going to copy this just for these purposes. Now, what I would normally do and what you could do is spend a good amount of time here creating various knowledge items. You won't see this on the screen, but I am going to open my notes here, my pages on my MacBook. I'm going to paste this in and I'm going to export it as a PDF. I'm going to call it Test GPT Knowledge Doc. And I'm going to wait 1 second. I didn't name it the correct thing. Test GPT Knowledge Doc. See if I can make sure that I have done it. For some reason, it is not doing it. Let's just see what happens. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to where I was. I'm going to go into the GPT creator to configure it. I'm going to upload a file and see if I can find it. Oh, okay. I'm going to stop sharing just because I don't want you to see my files. And let's see, test GPT. And what I'm doing here is I'm simply adding the test GPT, which you'll see again in a moment. So that has been added. Test GPT. That's just a copy into some sort of one pager of what I did over here. I just copied this. And this is one of the files that I would put here. And I put it here. I uploaded it and it went right here. Another thing I might do is I go back here and I'll say, okay, I'll do these because this is going to be important. Like I can easily do that by going and like taking a picture, a screenshot, or, control command four, the small control command four on a MacBook and get that small snapshot of the thumbnail itself. And I could do that, paste it on a Canva, upload it to a Canva, make a page of it, and then upload that to as a file. But then you also have other things. It says include these in your instructions, so GPT knows how to respond. When the user provides a video title, just suggest. So I could put this in my knowledge base, or I could put this in my instructions. I'm going to do it in the instructions just because it's easier for these purposes. But let's see if it lets me do it because of how many characters. Yep, it lets me do it. So let's see, I'll do more. And then if you're coding advanced behavior via the GPT builder, which OpenAI owns ChatGPT, consider letting users upload their current thumbnail to get feedback. How do I do that? That's awesome. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, let's see what that does. And then 8 is example output, how your GPT should respond. So I'm going to do this. I'm just going to put all of this. I'm going to put that into the instructions, which I could, again, make this a PDF and put it into the knowledge base, which would be better. I'm just showing you this. Now, I'm going to go back here because this is intriguing to me. I'm going to say, how would I do this? Let's just see what it says. Oh, something with Python. That's not going to happen. But if you're a techie, then you have all this other stuff. This is incredible. And I'm sure that I could just say, I'm not a techie and I'd like to do it. So how would I do that? Okay, I might even say that. I'm not a techie. How would I do this? Copy and paste. Oh, it's still going. It's still going. ChatGPT is out of this world. Look at that. I don't know what all that is, but I tell you what, it's special. No, I don't want help coding it. Let's see what happens when it hears me, when it says that. Okay. Perfect. No tech background needed. Here's how to do it step by step. So I'm not going to do this, but it's telling me what to do. Okay. So now I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to go back here. I've given it a lot of stuff. I'm going to let it do web search. I'm going to let it do canvas and image generation, very much so. I'm not going to do the code interpreter and data analysis, I don't think. And then there are some additional settings that I can't quite get to, but they basically say down here it says, do you want this information that people put in to be saved to help train ChatGPT? I would personally turn that off because you don't want to have all your privacy and the privacy of your users at their disposal. Let's see what else if I can get here. And that's what I would do. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, I'm going to push the create button. I'm going to say only me for now. Save. Create, save. And now it's going to do all the saving. Now it's going to say I can view it. Let's see what it looks like. And now I have my custom GPT. Thumbnail Wizard by Arlan Hamilton. Get scroll stopping YouTube thumbnail ideas that actually get clicks. Now, this is amazing, right? You've just built your custom GPT based on whatever topic you want and whatever thing you want it to do. And this is like information. It's interactive, but yours could be almost anything your mind can come up with and anything that ChatGPT can come up with. You could also type into ChatGPT, give me 10 custom GPT ideas based on my interest or based on my offer, based on my this, and that. And I could have chosen not just only me, but anyone with the link. That's what you would choose if you want to share it. And then there also is an option to share it in the ChatGPT store. I have not ever done that before, and I don't know how much traffic you would get, but it's very, very compelling. And so we'll do some more deep dive to figure that out. But look, you can say, help me create my thumbnail for my video. I'm just going to click on the prompt. You're going to see if it works, because when you do this, don't assume that it works the way you want it to. You're going to play with it a little bit. That's why you're going to say only me for a while. Play with it, stress test it, give it some prompts, and see if it says something wacky. Because then you can go back in here and say something like, when you like add to the instructions, when you get this kind of question, you're not going to say these words. You're not going to use these certain words. You could have a no word list as a PDF that you put to your knowledge base, etc. Okay, so please reply with your video title or rough idea. I'm going to say video title is how to make money, because that's what most of my video titles are on YouTube. And now I'm the person using it and I'm testing it. Great. Based on the title, how to make money in your style guide, here's a thumbnail concept optimized for clarity, appeal, and curiosity. Thumbnail text. Bold, curious. Okay, from zero to this money. Still broke? Oh no. 3 easy incomes. Okay, so I'm going to say I like this one. Let me see what it does when I say what I like. So it's telling me it's giving me all the answers. Now I know I can either do this myself or I could go to Fiverr and just copy this and give it to the person. And then it says, would you like a Canva layout mockup idea or a Leonardo AI prompt, which is amazing. I also have that. So I'd say Canva layout mockup idea and then I'm going to choose the one that I want. And here's the idea. It gives you very much so. So I have just in less than 30 minutes created an entire GPT, or trained a GPT, not created, but trained a GPT that can give answers like this. It's pretty awesome. So start thinking through what your GPT is going to be about. And remember, you can ask ChatGPT to help you figure out what it's going to be about. Start thinking through um, start thinking through what sort of knowledge you want to give it. Let's see if I can edit it. Yeah. So now I want to edit it because let's just say something didn't work. I'll say, okay, um, make sure to talk to it like I would. And then I'll put Arlan Hamilton. And then you don't have to do this. I'm just saying, like, you can add instructions to it as you do it. Even if somebody's already used it, you can continue to add to it. I continue to add to mine. So I'm going to see if it changes anything. You're working with Arlen style guide, so your thumbnail should be bold. See, it changed the way that same prompt and now talks a little bit like it makes it more personal. I could go even further and say, pretend you are me, you are my clone, you are my. So that's what I did with my other one, right? I made it like that. So this is very cool. You created it. I cannot wait to see what you come up with. Share it with it. And remember, you don't want to just do these for the sake of doing them. You want to do them because you have a purpose. You want to make it a free lead magnet. That's something you could do is that this GPT is something that you post, hey, I have a custom GPT in the description of this video. I'm just giving an example. In the description of my YouTube video, I have a custom GPT that will help you come up with different ways that you can type out your parents' lineage. I don't even know what I'm talking about, right? But whatever yours is, that's one way you could use this. You could use it in multiple ways. Now, you can be a free member of ChatGPT and be a user. So someone else can use your custom GPT as a free member of ChatGPT. They don't have to pay for it. They just get limited amounts of prompts that they can go back and forth on each day. So that's really cool. So it truly is a free lead magnet. And if they are signed up to the $20 a month, when they use your GPT, it becomes part of their sidebar. So it now becomes something that they can use, come back to and use. And it becomes this incredibly helpful thing for them, this tool and resource for them. And your part of your instructions. So I have another one where, let me see if I can do this pretty quickly. I have another one where, let's see, I'll show you right now. I have the archetype that some of you have used in all access. Well, people in all access have used. So this is archetype finder, and it was a special one that I made. But what happens is when you find your archetype, there are 7 questions that people have to answer. Then there are 4 types, archetypes here: launcher, builder, manager, catalyst. When the results come through, see if this shows, they get to be sent to the appropriate membership that I have. So you can see how you can not only make this your personalized GPT and make it very cool as a free lead magnet, but then it can help promote your offer. So you could have it say, and this is not coming up, but you could have it say, when when you give an answer, also suggest one of my 2 offers. Or after someone has done 3 prompts, tell them or remind them that I have this offer that can help them even more. Then things get really, really, really interesting when you do that. Does that make sense? Hopefully this has been helpful. I can't wait to see your custom GPTs. Be intentional. Do only 1 or 2 of these. See how it works. Use them, and then let us know in the comments. Let us know in the membership, in a post, what your GPT is all about.